Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to go over the simple stuff that I think a lot of people out there don't talk about, which is understanding candlesticks. I think that's a major thing that people do not understand. So that's open, close, high, low. Those four things. I'm going to type it and I'm also going to share my screen. All right, so we should be able to see my screen right now. So open, close, high, low. And in the top left-hand corner, you should see a O, you should see a H, you should see an L, and you should see a C. So O is obviously going to be for open. C is going to be obviously for close. H is obviously going to be for high. And L is going to be the low of a candle. And it's going to be dependent on what time frame you're looking at and dependent on what candlestick you're looking at. If we're looking at, let's say we're looking at a 4-hour candle, and let's say we're bullish. If we're looking at a 4-hour candle, let's not even bring up bullish. Let's just start off with the 4-hour candlestick just opened. If the 4-hour candlestick just opened, it'll probably appear, I would imagine it's probably going to be like black. Let's just say it's going to appear like black. Now, if it pushes, this is the open. When the 4-hour candle is created, when the 4-hour candlestick is created, what happens is price will either could potentially push low, which means that the candle will then be the color of the candle will then turn red. So when it turns red and it drops down with the 4-hour candle, which takes 4 hours to complete, you can say if it comes back, then you're gonna see a wick. So this wick is gonna look like this. So this is the low. The open was up here. This is the open. 20,931 is the open of the candle, of the 4-hour candle. It drops low, so it makes this low all the way down here. Then it creates the wick. So that's what creates the wick. So once it does that, the only time that it will be blue or be a bullish 4-hour candle is if it closes above the open. That's why candles change color depending on the settings. So now it'll be blue, which obviously means that this wick will extend up to the open. And now this could push up and ultimately create a bullish candle. And then if it pushes like this, and then it price closes now on the 4-hour candle closes here, which it pushed all the way up, then closed, so it pushed all the way up here. I'm gonna, for reference, create a wick here. All right, so price pushed all the way up here, and then the 4-hour candle eventually closes here. Now we have a bullish 4-hour candle, a 4-hour bullish candle. This is the low of the 4-hour candle. This is the open of the 4-hour candle. This is the high. And lastly, this is the close of the 4-hour candle. This is a basic things that people should know. Now, when we're let's look at the let's look at a bearish 4-hour candle. So a bearish 4-hour candle, let's say we're gonna throw down the open of the bearish candle. So obviously, many times in order to get that wick for the bearish candle, price would start here. So this is the open, 20,000, what is that? 20,102. So it'll start here on this line, it'll push up, and then to create the high, which means that there's going to be a wick then created. Price pushes all the way up here to 20,220, and then it drops, passing the open. Now there's a wick up here above, and then price then could drop, spike down, right? It spikes all the way down, and then it jumps back up, which means that there's going to be a wick created. And that's how this candle changes from being up. Oh man, price used to be bullish when it was above the open, but then it becomes bearish after falling below that price point, which changes the color of the candle. Everything down here is going to be bearish since we're below the open. Price pushes all the way down, creates the wick, and then price suddenly closes for the 4-hour time frame. This candle closes. Now that's why the candle is red. It could be other colors depending on the settings, but this is a bearish candlestick. This is a bullish one. I will now describe this. This is the low of the 4-hour. Low of the 4-hour candle. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a bullish and bearish candle. So this explains what should be the wheels should be turning when you're looking at the charts, and you have to pay attention obviously to the time frame that you're looking at. So this is the overall description of open, close, high, and low of the candles. Price doesn't really do anything else except for these four things. It doesn't present anything really else besides these four things: the high, the low, the open, and the close. If you guys have any questions related to this, comment below, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll start doing more tutorials on the basic things that people should know. All right, now how do we close this out? Oh.